Hello, and welcome to saveourmiddleclass.net. Even today, it seems that there are many who still do not understand why Donald Trump's primary campaign was successful. Those people are in for a real shock, because Trump will also win in November, and here is why. First, the media has focused almost exclusively on social issues and minority concerns. They ignored the plight of the middle-class family, especially white middle-class families, and white middle-class men and women. They were the recipients of white privilege, and so the press ignored them altogether. They paid little heed to companies moving their manufacturing out of our country, as that would indicate that NAFTA has failed our American working-class families, both men and women. They did not want to point the finger of blame at Bill Clinton, who approved NAFTA. In addition, many in the media are ashamed of America, and they cheered the ideals of a new global market, improving the lives of the foreign citizens. Again, that was a mistake. Now we have China flexing its military muscle, all based on American dollars flowing into their treasury. Secondly, the K Street boys and girls, otherwise known as lobbyists, were providing our politicians with campaign donations and promises of lucrative speaking engagements and other employment opportunities once they leave office. Included in this cozy arrangement were many wealthy corporate banking interests along with international corporations, which also offered additional campaign money as long as the politician played ball. And the politicians played a lot of ball. But the game was not about ball, but rather about trade treaties that lined the pockets of the donors through decreased labor costs and expanded market penetration into countries like China, Indonesia, Mexico, and India. So jobs were given to these countries in exchange for new business. The jobs given were American middle-class jobs. What happened to those families? Well, houses were foreclosed upon. These families moved down the economic scale and declared bankruptcy. But they eventually found part-time work at McDonald's, Starbucks, or Walmart. And even some were lucky enough to have 2 part-time jobs. Wow! Were they ever lucky? Of course, to save face for Bush, Clinton, and Obama, the Department of Labor Statistics counted these part-time jobs the same as full-time manufacturing jobs. Their reports treated a job that paid $50 an hour equal to one paying $10 an hour. That poured salt in the wound for many. But this was really nothing short of a lie to cover up the destruction of our middle class and middle class livelihoods. So now we have 94.7 million workers out of our workforce. Gee, do you think that maybe they might be a little bit angry with the establishment Republicans and the Democrats? Paul Ryan must be completely clueless as well as tone deaf. This brew of hopelessness, poverty, long working hours for little pay at a time when the wealth gap is above the historical highs of the early 1900s has led to just a little bit of frustration and resentment. At a time when our politicians will not even protect our workers from foreign citizens freely and openly crossing our borders, and the fact that they receive financial benefits, along with they are overcrowding our schools and other critical institutions. Then along came a man that expressed the middle class view and promised to renew their lost livelihoods, to restore pride in our country and defend them against all foreign and domestic agents of destruction. And you wonder why his message has been successful? You Trump haters must be living in an isolated make-believe world. Your world is about to undergo a real and significant change. Trump will win in November. As always, may God bless our American middle class. Thank you and goodbye.